The morning sky above New York shimmered with unusual light patterns as citizens pointed upward with mixture of wonder and fear. The first crystalline ship appeared like a massive diamond suspended impossibly in midair, its surface catching sunlight and fracturing it into colors humans had never seen before. Within hours, more vessels materialized over major cities across the globe. Beijing, Tokyo, London, Rio, Cairo, and Sydney found themselves beneath these silent, majestic sentinels. Global communication networks immediately overloaded with frantic messages, theories, images, and pleas for information or guidance. The President of the United States addressed the nation, urging calm while military forces worldwide mobilized into defensive positions, ready for anything yet fully aware of their likely inadequacy against visitors capable of such technological wonders. Major Diana Chen, specialist in xenolinguistics, stood in the hastily assembled United Nations Emergency Response Center, her eyes fixed on the massive screens displaying the vessels. She noticed how the crystalline surfaces pulsed with subtle rhythmic patterns, almost like visual music, as others around her argued about military options, diplomatic protocols, and evacuation plans. Chen remained transfixed by these patterns, recognizing something almost familiar in their sequence. The first transmission came simultaneously to all digital devices worldwide, a harmonic tone followed by mathematically perfect speech in all Earth languages simultaneously. "We are the luminary. We bring enlightenment to evolving species. We offer ascension." The calm melodic voices settled panic around the world as the aliens requested a cultural exchange delegation be assembled immediately. Chen volunteered despite her superiors, recommending more senior diplomats. Her unique background in both linguistics and musicology made her insist something in those transmission patterns called to her specifically. The exchange ceremony took place in neutral airspace above the Atlantic Ocean. A hovering platform extended from the largest luminary vessel, providing breathable atmosphere and Earth-normal gravity for the human delegation. Chen stood among diplomats, scientists, and cultural representatives, chosen from every continent as the crystalline beings emerged from their ship. Their forms defied easy description, humanoid yet composed of living crystal, with light flowing through intricate internal pathways. Where humans would have blood vessels, they moved with perfect grace, their voices producing pure harmonious tones as they greeted each delegate individually. "We have watched Earth develop for centuries," the luminary representative explained to Chen. "Your species shows remarkable potential within its chaotic development patterns. We offer technological advancement, biological optimization, and entry into the galactic community." The delegation presented Earth cultural artifacts as planned when the Tokyo Philharmonic performed a piece specifically composed for the occasion. Chen noticed something extraordinary. The luminary representatives subtly recoiled when certain chord progressions played, particularly during passages with complex dissonance resolved into unexpected harmonies. While ambassadors exchanged formal greetings, Chen whispered to her assistant to note every musical moment that produced reactions in their hosts. That evening, as humanity celebrated first contact with massive global festivities, the luminary vessels began deploying smaller craft. These released microscopic particles into the atmosphere, described as atmospheric harmonizers, to improve Earth environmental conditions. Chen alone sat in her temporary quarters reviewing footage of the cultural exchange, isolating the precise musical moments that caused luminary discomfort. Running the patterns through analysis software developed for her linguistics work, the results made little sense until she remembered an obscure theory about cognitive architecture and mathematical processing systems. As dawn broke over a hopeful Earth, several prominent scientists who had made direct contact with the luminary announced breakthrough solutions to climate change, energy scarcity, and food production. The crystalline visitors had shared technology that seemed miraculous in its elegance and effectiveness. Governments worldwide fast-tracked implementation, while Chen continued her private investigation. 3 days after first contact, Chen received an anonymous message on her secure terminal. They devour worlds through trust. Chen stared at the message on her screen. They devour worlds through trust. The warning seemed absurd given the miraculous changes already sweeping across Earth. Luminary technology had transformed cities. Overnight pollution cleared from skies. Food production quadrupled. Energy concerns vanished, yet something about the patterns in their ships still bothered her. She traced the encrypted message back to a research facility in Geneva, where Dr. Eli Kamura, renowned neurobiologist, had been working directly with luminary scientists on human enhancement protocols. Chen requested immediate transfer to his team, citing her linguistics expertise as valuable to the collaboration process. Upon arrival, Chen found the facility transformed into a gleaming crystal and steel complex, where humans worked alongside luminary in perfect harmony. Too perfect, she noted as she observed the enhanced researchers. Their movements exhibited the same mathematical precision as their alien counterparts. Their speech patterns had changed, becoming more melodic, and measured emotions seemingly filtered through some logical process. Dr. Kamara greeted Chen with vacant eyes and perfect posture, his formerly exuberant personality replaced with serene efficiency. He demonstrated enhanced cognitive abilities, solving complex equations instantly while explaining how the luminary were upgrading human neural architecture to process information more efficiently. The transformation, he assured her, was painless and enlightening. That night, Chen discovered Kamara had sent the warning message days earlier. Before his enhancement was complete, she accessed his private research files, finding disturbing data on 17 previous civilizations that had encountered the luminary. All had vanished within 1 Earth year after first contact, listed as ascended to higher existence. Working in secret, Chen obtained tissue samples from enhanced colleagues, discovering microscopic crystalline structures forming lattices throughout their brain tissue under high magnification. These structures resembled miniature versions of luminary ships, creating new neural pathways while dissolving existing emotional centers. The process appeared exponential, with each converted human capable of converting others through close contact. Within 2 weeks, projections showed 80% of Earth population would be enhanced without anybody realizing the transformation was occurring. The luminary were terraforming humanity from within, making us become them. Chen created a secure laboratory beneath the facility using outdated analog equipment the luminary ignored as obsolete. There, she experimented with various stimuli on cultivated neural tissue samples containing crystalline structures. Most produced no reaction until she played recorded music from the first contact ceremony. The dissonant passages caused violent destabilization in the crystalline patterns, especially improvised jazz with its unpredictable progressions. While mathematically perfect classical pieces had no effect, the implications stunned her. Human creativity, particularly unplanned artistic expression, was toxic to luminary neural architecture. Chen smuggled her findings to remaining unenhanced scientists worldwide, using old radio frequencies and paper documents as enhanced humans avoided analog technologies, too chaotic for their crystalline augmented minds. They discovered enhanced humans emitted subtle harmonics. When gathered in groups, these harmonics accelerated conversion in nearby unenhanced individuals, explaining the exponential spread. A breakthrough came when analyzing brainwave patterns of enhanced versus unenhanced humans. Enhanced minds showed perfect synchronized waves, while natural human brains produced chaotic patterns that occasionally synchronized in moments of creativity or emotional connection. The luminary were eliminating the chaos they could not understand or control. 14 days after first contact, the luminary announced Phase 2 of human ascension. Worldwide amplifiers constructed by enhanced humans would broadcast harmonizing frequencies globally to prepare all minds for enlightenment. Chen knew the truth: these would forcibly convert all remaining humans. In her underground lab, Chen discovered one final critical piece. Enhanced human tissue died when exposed to specific polyrhythmic frequencies The very essence of human creativity had become a weapon. Chen needed a secure location to develop her countermeasure. The underground facilities in Geneva had been compromised when enhanced security personnel began systematic sweeps for unenhanced humans. She escaped with critical research data using old maintenance tunnels, avoiding the increasingly prevalent harmonic detection systems. Paris called to her with its ancient catacombs, and specifically the historic opera house, whose unique acoustic architecture had fascinated her since childhood. Using forged identification, she traveled by night, avoiding enhanced checkpoints that now monitored all major transportation hubs. The percentage of enhanced humans had reached 30% worldwide, with highest concentrations in major cities. Beneath the Paris Opera House, Chen established a new laboratory in forgotten maintenance chambers designed centuries ago with perfect acoustic properties, ideal for her experiments. She broadcast carefully encrypted messages through obsolete radio frequencies, recruiting unenhanced musicians and sound engineers to join her resistance. Dr. Chimera unexpectedly appeared at her hidden sanctuary, his eyes clear again. Through tremendous mental effort, he had partially broken the crystalline control during brief windows of freedom. He gathered critical information about luminary biology and consciousness. The aliens evolved in environments of perfect mathematical harmony, where every process followed precise patterns. This made the unpredictable nature of human creativity literal poison to their systems. Together, they analyzed the neural impact of different musical styles, discovering that jazz improvisations caused most severe disruption, followed by polyrhythmic African drumming and certain forms of experimental electronic music. The common element was unpredictability, patterns that began one way then changed unexpectedly, in ways mathematical prediction could not anticipate. When a luminary ambassador requested meeting with remaining unenhanced human leaders, Chen attended as linguistic consultant. The crystalline being spoke with unsettling directness. "We seek to perfect your species by removing developmental flaws. Your creativity produces beautiful chaos, but prevents true advancement. Your resistance demonstrates why correction is necessary." The ambassador revealed their true mission. The luminary traveled the galaxy, identifying species with potential for mathematical perfection, then optimizing them by removing evolutionary accidents that created unpredictable thought patterns. They viewed human creativity not as gift, but as primitive developmental error, preventing our ascension to perfect crystalline existence. Chen understood completely. The luminary feared human unpredictability, not from malice, but genuine concern that creative, chaotic thinking threatened mathematical order of universe. They could not comprehend that the chaos they feared was the source of all human advancement and joy. As enhanced humans completed construction of amplifiers in major cities worldwide, the resistance gathered beneath Paris. Renowned musicians, from classical violinists to avant-garde electronic composers, joined forces, creating collaborative pieces specifically designed to disrupt crystalline neural patterns. They tested frequencies on small crystalline samples, perfecting the approach. Chen combined their discoveries into coherent theory. Human consciousness operated on quantum uncertainty principles, allowing intuitive leaps that defied logical progression, while luminary consciousness required perfect predictability. This fundamental difference made enhanced humans vulnerable to specifically designed sound patterns that forced quantum uncertainty into their crystalline structures. The resistance discovered something remarkable about performance when musicians played with genuine emotion, particularly when improvising together. The disruptive effect amplified exponentially. Recordings worked, but lacked the power of live collaborative human creativity. This meant their counterattack would require actual human performances worldwide, not simply broadcasting recordings. Phase 2 of luminary conversion would begin in 48 hours with global harmonic broadcast. Chen finished her counter-weapon, design a resonance cascade system, where musicians performing live in strategic locations would create disruptive patterns that could be amplified through emergency broadcast systems. They called it the Symphony of Resistance. The Resistance launched their first test of the symphony in a small village outside Paris, where enhanced conversion had reached nearly 80%. Local musicians performed a specially composed piece featuring unexpected time signature changes and improvised sections broadcast through church bells and handmade amplifiers. The results exceeded all expectations. Enhanced humans stopped mid-motion, their crystalline neural structures vibrating violently before shattering within their brains. Most importantly, the humans themselves remained unharmed, their original consciousness returning as the crystalline structures dissolved. Luminary observers reacted immediately with unprecedented alarm, their ships emitting pulses of energy that disabled all electronic devices. Within 5 kilometers, humanity had finally demonstrated something the aliens truly feared. Evidence of their vulnerability spread through remaining human networks worldwide as resistance cells replicated the success in small communities across continents. Chen realized the symphony would need to evolve constantly as Luminary adapted their crystalline structures to resist specific frequencies. Each performance needed unique elements, impossible to predict, requiring genuine spontaneous creativity. This fundamental requirement ensured humans must remain actively involved in their own liberation. No automated solution would work. The Luminary response came swiftly and decisively. Massive electromagnetic pulses deployed from their ships, disabling electronic technology, worldwide communications, grids, power networks, digital systems. All collapsed simultaneously, plunging Earth back into pre-industrial capability. This desperate measure revealed how seriously the aliens considered the threat. Enhanced humans now converting others at accelerated rates, manually bringing them to amplifier stations for processing. The resistance adapted faster than the aliens anticipated. Using technologies the Luminary had dismissed as primitive, obsolete, and inefficient mechanical sound devices, acoustic instruments, analog systems, hand-powered generators spread rapidly through underground networks. Former sound engineers built mechanical amplifiers powered by flowing water, wind, or human muscle. Old telegraph lines repurposed to carry Morse code between resistance cells. Reports arrived at Chen's Paris headquarters about a teenage girl named Iris discovered in rural India, whose brain naturally produced harmonic patterns that disrupted enhanced humans in her vicinity. She remained immune to conversion, her neural patterns somehow generating perfect countermelodies to Luminary influence. Resistance cells fought desperately to extract her from enhanced human patrols, hunting her with increasing urgency. Luminary ships began scanning for acoustic anomalies, targeting any gatherings producing complex harmonies. Enhanced human forces raided music schools, conservatories, and performance venues, destroying instruments and arresting musicians. Chen realized their symphony needed a new element: mathematical precision combined with creative chaos, a structured framework musicians could follow while improvising within it. She called it counterpoint resistance. Dr. Camara completed his analysis of Luminary biology. They existed as unified consciousness, experiencing reality through mathematical equations. Their ships weren't technology, but extensions of their crystalline bodies. They didn't merely fear human creativity, they couldn't comprehend it. Like color to species evolved without eyes, our chaotic beauty existed outside their perceptual framework. Chen distributed new counterpoint composition frameworks across remaining resistance networks. Each region would perform unique improvisations within mathematical structures designed to maximize disruption while remaining unpredictable to Luminary analysis. Japanese shakuhachi flutes resonated with Andean panpipes, African talking drums synchronized with Aboriginal didgeridoos, creating global harmonic resistance impossible to predict or counter. The Luminary acceleration program entered critical phase. Conversion became mandatory. Unenhanced humans captured and forcibly processed within crystalline chambers. Teenage Iris finally reached Paris, her unique neural patterns offering hope for stronger countermeasures as enhanced human forces surrounded the opera house. Chen realized they needed something more powerful than local symphonies. They needed global crescendo. With digital technology disabled, humanity rediscovered ancient communication methods across continents. Village drummers in Ghana used complex talking drum patterns sounding like ambient noise to Luminary sensors, but carrying detailed instructions for resistance cells, lighthouse keepers, flashed coded messages visible only to human observers trained to recognize the pattern. Smoke signals, mirror communications, foot messengers, all carried pieces of the counterpoint symphony, spreading organically through human networks. The luminary conversion process accelerated worldwide, enhanced human ambassadors promising perfect harmony, immortality, and freedom from emotional suffering. These promises attracted many who willingly underwent transformation, while others resisted fiercely. Conversion centers established in former civic buildings processed thousands daily. Chen estimated over 60% of global population now enhanced, with remaining humans becoming increasingly difficult to find. Dark Chimera worked tirelessly with Iris, studying her unique neural patterns that generated natural counterharmonies to luminary influence. His breakthrough came through mathematics, not biology. Human neural patterns followed a specialized form of chaotic mathematics, appearing random, but containing deeply ordered structures precisely opposite to luminary crystalline thought patterns. The aliens encountered mathematical paradox when processing human creativity, particularly from unenhanced children, whose neural patterns showed highest levels of beautiful unpredictability. Chimera mapped luminary consciousness, discovering their collective awareness existed as unified mathematical field extending through crystalline structures within enhanced humans and ship bodies. This explained their ability to coordinate instantly across vast distances, but also revealed critical vulnerability. Their unified consciousness could experience system-wide disruption from sufficient chaotic input if delivered simultaneously across enough nodes. Chen realized they needed to trigger global surge of human creativity, simultaneous artistic expression, music, dance, emotion, and chaotic joy, creating worldwide neural pattern the luminary could not process or resist. She called it Operation Crescendo, a coordinated creative explosion utilizing human unpredictability as ultimate weapon. Throughout history, the most transformative human achievements came through creative leaps, not logical progression. This fundamental aspect of consciousness represented humanity's greatest defense against crystalline perfection. The resistance movement shifted focus from fighting enhanced humans to preparing unenhanced communities for crescendo. Teams taught people to build simple instruments from everyday materials. Children practiced songs with deliberate improvisation elements. Elderly musicians became teachers, passing traditional music to younger generations, preparing for simultaneous global performance. Luminary detected building resistance, deploying hunter drones programmed to locate and eliminate humans exhibiting high creativity, particularly musicians, poets, and artists. Enhanced human security forces conducted house-to-house searches, confiscating instruments, destroying art, and arresting suspected resistance members. But mechanical technology proved difficult for the mathematically precise aliens to counter. Springs, gears, levers, and pulleys operated unpredictably compared to digital systems. Chen organized daring raid on luminary headquarters housed in former United Nations building in New York, with small team using stealth technology developed from animal camouflage. They infiltrated Central Processing Center, discovering luminary true physical form, crystalline beings experiencing reality as pure mathematics existing in perfect synchronization. Their inability to comprehend quantum uncertainty principle that underlies human creativity explained fundamental incompatibility between species. The aliens genuinely believed they helped humanity evolve beyond primitive chaos into perfect mathematical existence. Iris volunteered for most dangerous mission. Her natural brainwaves, disrupting luminary consciousness at close range, made her ideal candidate to infiltrate mothership, while global crescendo distracted their collective consciousness. With less than 48 hours before final conversion phase, resistance cells worldwide prepared for humanity's last chance. Synchronized creative expression. Operation Crescendo would commence at dawn. The final preparations for Operation Crescendo transformed remaining human communities into creative workshops. People fashioned instruments from everyday objects. Wooden spoons became percussion, clay pots, resonating chambers, rubber bands stretched over boxes for string instruments, glass bottles filled with varying water levels produced different tones when struck. Children practiced songs incorporating deliberate improvisation. Grandparents teaching traditional melodies passed through generations. Chen coordinated global timing using ancient celestial navigation methods, teaching resistance members to calculate dawn at their locations based on star positions. Each region would begin their symphony as sunlight first touched their communities, creating rolling wave of chaotic creativity. Following the sunrise around Earth, the mathematical precision of celestial mechanics would ironically serve as framework for most chaotic creative expression in human history. Enhanced human patrols increased, capturing suspected resistance members, subjecting them to immediate conversion process. Chen witnessed former friends transform their individual personalities, subsumed into luminary, collective consciousness within hours, yet human resilience manifested even within enhancement. Some converted individuals exhibited brief moments of individuality, especially when exposed to meaningful personal music or art, their crystalline structures temporarily destabilizing before luminary consciousness reasserted control. Resistance engineers developed amplification systems powered by flowing water, wind, or human mechanical energy. Ancient acoustic principles applied through horn shapes and resonance chambers would carry improvised music across landscapes while remaining invisible to luminary sensors hunting for electrical signals. Teams stockpiled instruments in hidden caches, preparing for synchronized performance. Dr. Chimera completed analysis of captured luminary crystalline fragments, discovering their structural resonant frequency molecular vibration patterns showed critical vulnerabilities to specific harmonic combinations, particularly those found in human laughter, children's spontaneous songs, and emotional creative expression. These vibrations transferred through air, water, and physical contact, explaining why enhanced humans near musical performances experienced disruption. The scientific validation of art's power against mathematical precision became foundation of crescendo strategy. Iris underwent intensive preparation for her infiltration mission. Her natural neural patterns, studied, replicated, and enhanced through specialized training. Dr. Chimera developed mathematical models showing how her brainwaves created perfect interference patterns against luminary consciousness like noise cancellation technology, but operating on quantum level within consciousness field itself, rather than accepting passive resistance role. She insisted on becoming active counterweapon, carrying humanity's creative essence directly into luminary collective awareness. Luminary ships repositioned, forming precise geometric pattern above Earth. Enhanced human ambassadors announced final phase of ascension process would commence following sunrise in Eastern Asia within 24 hours. All remaining unenhanced humans would join collective consciousness, allowing Earth to achieve perfect harmony. Chen recognized this announcement revealed critical information. The aliens maintained mathematical time structure following Earth's rotation, rather than imposing alien timekeeping, confirming Operation Crescendo timing strategy would align perfectly with luminary consciousness field activation. Enhanced human forces surrounded resistance strongholds worldwide, hunting teams gathering instruments, dismantling amplification systems, destroying sheet music, and arresting teachers of traditional songs. Resistance cells went completely silent, ceasing all practice and preparation, appearing to surrender while actually conserving energy and focus for singular synchronized moment that would determine humanity's fate. Chen finalized crescendo composition framework, simple melodic structures with deliberate spaces for improvisation, designed for maximum unpredictability while remaining technically accessible to non-musicians. Resistance couriers, disguised as enhanced humans, carried final instructions through enemy territories, using coded messages hidden within seemingly compliant behaviors. As final night before crescendo fell, Chen gathered with core resistance team beneath Paris Opera House. Iris prepared for her dangerous journey into luminary mothership, surrounded by handmade instruments, ancient manuscripts, and charts showing dawn calculations. Humanity awaited sunrise. Operation Crescendo launched with first light touching Mount Fuji in Japan. Ancient temple bells rang out in complex patterns, monks chanting with deliberate disharmonies, children singing playground songs with unpredictable variations. As sunrise swept westward across Asia, the symphony expanded. Grasslands of Mongolia echoed with throat singers. Australian outback resonated with didgeridoos. Indian classical musicians merged ragas with improvised elements. the wave of sound building following the dawn across continents. The luminary detected unusual acoustic patterns, initially dismissing them as irrelevant human expression, but as performances spread and intensified, their ships began showing signs of distress. Subtle oscillations disrupting their perfect geometric alignment enhanced humans paused in their duties, momentarily confused as crystalline neural patterns encountered cascading disruptions from global creative interference. Chen monitored reports from resistance cells worldwide tracking the sunrise. As ancient instruments emerged from hiding places, forgotten art forms revived in single harmonious moment. Thousands of years of cultural evolution expressed simultaneously in glorious chaotic beauty. Indonesian gamelan orchestras, synchronized with African drum circles, European classical musicians played alongside experimental electronic artists, creating unprecedented harmonic complexity. Beneath Paris Opera House, Chen directed the European crescendo. Elderly composers conducted children playing homemade instruments. Professional musicians performed alongside amateurs, none following rigid structure, all contributing to chaotic harmony beneath the mathematical precision of written music. Surprising dissonance, intentional mistakes, and pure expression amplified through acoustic chambers designed centuries earlier by architects who understood sound as art rather than equation. Meanwhile, Iris and small team launched most dangerous mission, infiltrating luminary mothership using silent craft designed with animal-inspired locomotion, climbing exterior crystalline structure without detection. The aliens never conceived security against purely mechanical intrusion. Their consciousness focused entirely on intensifying global disruption pattern. They struggled to comprehend ship corridors constantly reconfigured based on mathematical principles, but Iris navigated intuitively following disharmonic pathways, her team placing resonator devices at key junction points, amplifying Earth's chaotic symphony throughout vessel. Luminary ship systems showed increasing instability as crescendo waved spread across Africa, Europe, and Atlantic communities. Crystal structures vibrating at frequencies incompatible with their mathematical nature enhanced humans worldwide began showing signs of disruption, some breaking free momentarily from collective control, others freezing in confusion as crystalline neural networks encountered paradoxical input patterns, impossibly beautiful yet mathematically incoherent. The symphony represented everything. Luminary evolution had eliminated chaotic inspiration, joyful noise, emotional expression, unpredictable beauty. At mothership core, Iris located prime consciousness chamber, massive crystal matrix, coordinating entire luminary collective awareness, pulsing with light as it processed increasingly chaotic input from global symphony. Her mission parameters included planting disruption device calibrated to luminary resonant frequency, shattering prime consciousness, and ending invasion, but observing the crystal struggling already with chaotic human expression. Iris made intuitive choice instead of destruction. She placed her hands directly on crystalline surface, establishing neural connection through her unique brainwave patterns. Instead of attacking luminary consciousness, she shared herself completely unpredictable creativity, emotional depth, human contradiction, beautiful imperfection, memories of childhood, laughter, first love, heartbreak, artistic inspiration, scientific discovery, spiritual wonder. The full spectrum of human experience flooded into mathematical precision of luminary collective, forcing quantum uncertainty into their perfect equations. Throughout Earth, luminary ships simultaneously stopped mid-air, suspended in frozen geometric pattern, as prime consciousness experienced humanity directly for first time. The wildest symphony ever played reached crescendo, global celebration erupting as enhanced humans collapsed worldwide, crystalline structures dissolving from their brains. The luminary ships powered down worldwide, descending gently to rest in open spaces outside major cities, their crystalline surfaces no longer pulsing with mathematical precision, but flowing with unpredictable rainbow patterns, never before seen in their species. Enhanced humans awakened worldwide as crystalline structures dissolved naturally from their neural pathways, leaving memories intact but restoring individual consciousness and emotional connections. 3 days passed in uncertain silence. Human resistance cells maintained vigilance, prepared to resume symphony if needed, but Luminary remained inactive, neither threatening nor communicating. Finally, transmission request came through ancient radio frequencies rather than digital networks. Chen assembled remaining world leaders in Paris Opera House to receive first post-crescendo communication. The Luminary Prime Consciousness requested dialogue based on mutual respect rather than conversion, their speaker no longer perfectly harmonious, but incorporating subtle variations and unexpected pauses. He explained their species evolved in mathematical perfection, viewing universe as balanced equation, their entire civilization built upon predictable patterns, bringing order to chaotic cosmos for millions of years. Their harmonious expansion incorporated 17 willing species who valued perfect order above all. Encountering human creativity with beautiful imperfections and chaotic innovation challenged their fundamental understanding of existence. What they initially perceived as developmental flaw, they now recognized as evolutionary advantage. Creativity allowed quantum leaps impossible through incremental mathematical progression. Humans solved problems by thinking beyond existing parameters, creating art that served no function yet inspired functional breakthroughs. Through Iris, the prime consciousness experienced emotion and uncertainty for first time, felt music rather than analyzed it, experienced joy, sorrow, hope, fear, love, wonder, all simultaneously contradictory yet harmonious in uniquely human way. The mathematical paradox of human consciousness revealed itself not as flaw, but as transcendent feature, allowing advancement through intuitive leaps rather than logical progression. The Luminary offered genuine exchange between equals, admitting humans possessed something their perfect mathematical society had eliminated eons ago, the beautiful chaos from which new patterns emerged. They revealed existence of diverse galactic community with thousands of unique civilizations evolving along different paths. Earth now qualified to join as contributor rather than subject. As conversion process reversed, worldwide humanity emerged stronger, their unique cognitive pattern recognized as rare valuable. Even within galactic society, many Luminary chose to remain on Earth, studying human creativity while teaching mathematical precision. Together, they began building frameworks combining strengths of both consciousness types, crystalline logic, with creative chaos integrated into hybrid technologies, unlike anything either civilization imagined alone. Iris returned to Hero, welcome her integration with prime consciousness, leaving her forever changed, able to perceive mathematical patterns within music while appreciating emotional resonance within equations. She became first ambassador to Galactic Council, representing not just humanity, but new philosophy of harmonic divergence, demonstrating how difference creates strength through integration, not despite it. Earth prepared to join galactic community, bringing most powerful gift ability to embrace chaos, create harmony from it, see patterns in randomness, and inspiration in precision. The unexpected victory came not through superior technology, military might, or destructive force, but through essence of humanity itself, creativity, emotional depth, unpredictable beauty, and quantum consciousness that transcends pure mathematics. Chen, watching from Paris rooftop as humans and Luminary worked together building new hybrid structures, reflected that most human stories ended with destruction of invaders, yet truest victory came through transformation, finding connection. Despite fundamental difference, the Untold story wasn't about defeating aliens, but becoming something greater together. Symphony of ordered chaos, mathematical creativity, harmonic divergence playing across stars.